What's going on, guys? Eric from TheWiscoGuyz here, and in today's video we're going to show you how to clay bar and wax a vehicle properly. A lot of people kind of just do it not the right way, and there are many different ways to do it correctly, but I'm going to show you the way I've been doing it for the over 10 years I've been doing this process. So we have 2000 Mercury Grand Marquis here. I don't think this car has ever been like properly waxed or anything. The paint looks pretty good. I'm definitely gonna have to wash it before. That's gonna be one of the steps, is to get it washed. But then after we get it washed, we're gonna get the clay bar on it. I'm gonna show you how to do that, and then I'll show you how you wax it as well too. We're gonna be using pretty much mostly Meguiar's products for this. We're gonna be using the Meguiar's clay bar kit. And then we're going to be using the Meguiar's Carnauba wax as well too. And I'll show you once I get everything set up. But like I said, this is a 2000 Mercury Grand Marquis. It has 167,000 miles. Kind of just a little project car I have, I guess. I mean, there's not much you really need to do to it. Pretty much drive it on Sundays, I guess. If you haven't seen my videos on this, I'll link a few as we go along here in the corner. Let's get started. We're gonna get this one washed, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, so this is what we kind of use in our shop. It's just an old bucket. We definitely wash it out every time. It's a little old, but it does the job. And then we use just the softest brush we can get from the auto parts store. And then we use a chemical called it's called Grape Crush, I think. Yeah, Grape Crush. Kind of an industrial brand soap. I don't know if you can get it on the shelves or not, but this is what we use in the shop here. So this is what I'm going to use to clean up. If you go to any like parts store, they'll have any soap that really will work for this. You want to look for the soaps that don't have wax in it. You just want like just a straight car wash soap, no wax, nothing like that. So that's what we're going to use on here, because that has no wax in it, and it's actually body shop safe. So that's what we use here. And clean up the bucket, fill it up, make sure the brush is clean, and we'll go to town on this. Alrighty, so we got our wash bucket filled up, we got our soap in there, got the water in there, and the first step you're going to want to do after that is you're going to want to wet the whole car down. With me, I'm just going to stay away from the vinyl top, but I'm mostly just looking to get the paint done. So just want to wet the whole car down. You kind of want to start from the top to the bottom. And what this does is just gets most of the loose dirt off the car. You just want to get everything wet. Just get everything wet. Like I said, just get everything wet. You want to get all the loose stuff off right away. And then we'll move on to the next step. The next step for what you're going to want to do is get your bucket ready, and then start just soaping the car down and just getting everything scrubbed up. You can also use like a sponge too, a car washing sponge. You don't have to use a brush. I use a car washing sponge on the Firebird because it's a little softer, but with this I'm going to use the brush head for this. So, and what you're going to want to do is you want to start from the top and work your way down to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, usually I'd start with the roof, but I'm not going to be washing the canvas roof because it's pretty clean yet. But we're going to start windshield, windows, work our way to the hood, and then just work our way down the fenders and the doors there, and you'll see. So that's pretty much it. You just want to get it scrubbed up enough to where you got it soaked up. Kind of what you want to do on the bottoms of the doors is really get those, because that's where all your road grime is. So I like to hit that one more time. There we go. I'm gonna go do the other side real quick, and then we'll get this one rinsed off, and then we'll start with the clay bar. Alrighty, so next step, we're gonna be taking the pressure washer. If you don't have a pressure washer, a garden hose will do just fine. I'm gonna use the pressure washer just because it'll get more of the grime off. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's get this thing cleaned up. So, got it all rinsed off. Next step, I have a blade here. We're just gonna blade off the paint. It's a pretty soft blade. It's very pliable. But you can also use a chamois, which we're gonna use anyways, but I like to do this. It makes it a little quicker. So here we have a chamois by, well, it's called the Absorber. I use this on all my cars. These are good stuff. We actually use it in the shop. So you just want to go around and get it as dry as you can. The chamois itself should be somewhat wet, because you don't want a dry chamois scratch and everything, but these are pretty soft when they're wet. When they're dry, they're pretty hard, but just go around, get all the excess water dried up, and then from there we'll go on to the next step. Alrighty, so we got it all chamoised up as much as we can. Just mostly on the paint. So we'll move on to the next step. We'll get you set up on the hood, and I'll show you how the clay bar, how to use the clay bar and how it works, and how it pulls all the impurities out of that clear coat. I've been doing this for like 10 years, 12 years probably, on every car I've owned. So, and I've always had good luck, and everybody always tells me, how are your cars so clean? Well, this is the process. So maybe it'll help you guys out in the future. So here's what we're gonna be using. And this is a kit from Marquis. You can get this at any auto store or Walmart. This is usually where I get mine, is Walmart. It comes in a kit, comes with a detail spray, which is right here. And then it comes with 3 small clay bars that come in this package here. I've already used this one a couple times, but it's still good. It still will work for what we need to do. This is the kit that I have here for the clay bar, and I think it's around like 20-25 bucks at Walmart in my local area, so it's not that bad, and you get a lot of uses out of it. Like I said, and it actually comes with microfibers. It actually comes with microfibers as well. So let's get set up on the hood here, and I'll show you how this product goes on. We're also, I'll grab this. We're also going to be using Marquis Gold Class Carnauba Plus. I've been using this for 12 years, and this is the best wax I've come across. It's just really, really good. And I've got a few uses on this too, but we're going to be using this after the clay bar. Comes with an applicator pad, and it's just pretty much a paste wax that you just rub on there and rub on the car, but we'll show you that here in a little bit. Alrighty, so I got you guys set up here. It's pretty much what you're gonna want to do. Clay bar out, and it'll be in like a nice square. And what you want to do is, I like to, you always want to take the one side, and that side is always going to be in contact with the paint. And then I'll show you as we go along, but you want to take your quick detailer, and you want to spray on there a little generous amount, but then you take your clay bar and you just kind of go along, kind of like you're waxing, putting wax on, but you just want to take it and rub it over the paint. And you want to pick like specific spots. So like, say if you're doing a fender, you want to pick like the front of the fender to do it too. Right now I'm just showing you in the middle of the hood just so I can show you like how this goes. We're picking up a little bit of dirt. Not much. I think this hood's pretty clean. So then what you're going to want to do is take your microfiber and just wipe up that area that you clay barred. And I mean, I can already see a little bit of a difference on camera, but the real feel is like, okay, over here I can feel impurities. Over here it's like glass, like brand new glass. So that's going to be the key to getting your wax to look good. I mean, for the whole car, the whole clear coat of the car to just look good. You know, it's not going to take out scratches or anything like that, but it's definitely going to bring a depthness to the paint back. So on a white car it's hard to tell, but like if you're doing it on a darker car, it's definitely going to show. So the other thing is too, is when you get to the point where your clay bar is all dirty, what you want to do is you want to fold it in half on the part that you're touching. So the part that you're touching, your hands should be clean, and you want to fold it in half so you always have a clean surface. And you're going to want to kind of work it out a little bit. Then you take that clean side, and then you want to use that. So you're always folding it in half on that clean side. So if your clay bar gets gunked up, you just keep folding it in half, and you just always have a clean side. And you'll just continue to get layers and layers and layers of this clay. I mean, you can see right there, I got layers and layers going on in there, but that's what you want to do when you'll see this get gunked up too. So like I said, I'm just going to continue on and then go from there. So I changed my mind. I'm actually going to show you the difference on side to side. We're going to clay bar the driver's side of the hood, and then we're going to wax it. I'm going to let the process do what it does, and then I'll show you as we go along, and I'll show you the difference between side to side. So I think I got it lined up pretty good on the middle, but it's a little off center, but we'll get her. And then I'll pull the tape off and you can kind of see what's going on there. So I just wanted to show you the difference, because on this white car it's hard to tell, and I think we'll be able to tell doing it this way. So let's get started. Like I said, just you want to pick a spot and then just, you know, go for it. You know, like I said, kind of like you're putting wax on, circular motions. You don't have to do circular motions, you can just go. And you can add solution as you're going, this quick detailer. And you might notice some rock chips and stuff too, so, which I'm noticing. That's got 167,000 miles, so. Take our microfiber, just wipe it dry, and continue on to another spot. So I just like to kind of do like sections, a foot by maybe a foot and a half by foot and a half, or whatever works for you. So there'll be spots like you'll find little spots where you'll start rubbing it and it'll start going away. You'll notice it go away. Just rub on that spot a little bit, and it will come completely off. Like I said, you don't want any of this to drop on the ground. You don't want to get it dirty. So get that. Over here. Actually, I can see dirt right there coming up. And as I go along, just keep an eye on your microfiber. You don't want, or keep an eye on your clay bar. You don't want it to get too dirtied up. You can take bigger sections too. I mean, I can take this whole whole front of this hood here. You just don't want to miss a spot. You grab everything, so you kind of want to do it in sections. If you do it in too big of a sections, you'll start missing areas, and then you don't want to do that. Like I said, you'll find spots where you'll start to see it come off, and you just want to hit that spot a little harder until you don't see it no more. So. Okay. Got this whole area right here. It's about 2 foot by 2 foot. Okay, so I like to feel it just to see, and that's pretty smooth, so we're liking that. So now that I have the driver's side clay bar, we're going to apply the wax. Like I said, this wax comes in a little tin, comes with an applicator pad, and like I said, you don't want to drop any of this onto the ground. Like, that's a big no-no. But I don't have much left. It's going to be enough to do this car. So what you're going to want to do is, like I said, just kind of pick a spot and just rub the wax in. I kind of got a lot on this. You don't have to have this much. You just want to get it covered. So I like to do circular motions. A lot of people, they say that circular motions isn't right, that Karate Kid wasn't right. You can rub it back and forth like this too. I like to do circular motions just because that's how I've been doing it for the last 10 years. So, I got a hair in there. So, yep, and then I always like to, reapply some of that wax and then just go along. And I want to make sure wax is getting applied. So, you can take the applicator, reapply it onto the pad. Like I said, it goes on pretty easy. Okay, so have the driver's side of the hood pretty much covered. Okay, let me take a look. So yeah, we're covered there. So what you're gonna let this do is just let this sit for a little bit. I like to get it to the point where it's a little bit powdery when it's ready to come off. Like, it's not quite dry, but it's in between. So I like to let it sit for like five minutes, and we'll come back with a new microfiber and get that off, and then we'll see the difference. So I got my new microfiber here. We're going to take this wax off. It's been about 5 minutes. It's a little powdery. It shouldn't be too hard to take off, but what you want to do is just start taking it off. You'll see. Like I said, white cars are the hardest to see the difference, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Oh yeah. You just want to get it wiped up. I like to do circular motions, but you don't have to. You can just rub back and forth if you want. Alrighty. So there you have it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell. Let's find out. Oh yeah. I think. Maybe. Yeah. Very little. I mean, you can see the line right here. I'll kind of... Like I said, if this was a darker color car, you'd be able to see it a lot better, but I can see it in person. Like, I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, right there. So it just brings the paint out more. I mean, you can tell from this side to this side. This side feels terrible. Like you can hear it. This side, yeah, you can't. To the touch, it's a big difference. I can see it on camera, like right around here, that side to that side. It looks really good. So I'm excited to do the rest of the car. What I usually do is I clay bar the whole car, then I come back and then wax it and then take the wax off. So that's what I do. I just wanted to show you a comparison. I'm going to continue on. I'm not going to show the rest of it. If you have any questions, definitely put them in the comments below. If you want to see something else, definitely let me know too. Just comment below, and I can help you out. That's kind of what this channel is for, is me to have fun and help you guys out at the same time. So I'm going to finish this up. I'll let you guys see the end result. Like I said, I already did a walk around, but yeah. I mean, this is simple. This is something you can do in your driveway. You don't want to do it directly in the sunlight. You kind of want to find a shady area, but this is something you guys can do at home. You don't need to be a professional to do this. You just want to make sure the car is clean as possible before you start, and make sure you don't drop any of your materials onto the ground, onto the floor or whatever. So very simple, easy to do. We're going to continue on and I'll show you guys the end result. Alrighty guys, so pretty much got this whole thing clay barred besides the deck lid. I left the deck lid last. So get you guys situated. So we got the deck lid last. Like I said, just get it sprayed on there. Takes a little while, especially if you're doing it for the first time. It's gonna take a little bit, but get the clay bar going and get it clean as possible. You know, just get this thing clean. So yeah, I'm gonna finish the deck lid and then we'll start applying some wax. All right, so got it all clay barred, so we're ready to put our wax on. And I just showed you guys that like little line, you know, the before and after type deal. So I'm just gonna wax this. I'm not gonna show too much of it because I already showed you how to do it. Like I said, just rub it on there. Circles or straight lines, whatever you want to do, doesn't really matter. And just get your wax on there. Get it covered. So I'm gonna pretty much just do the whole car and then we'll look at it. Well, and then I'll wipe it off. By the time I get back to this part of the hood, it should be dry. So you want to do this kind of relatively quick and not in direct sunlight because it will dry way too fast. You kind of want this to dry a little slow. So you want to be in the shade or in a building to do this. So you can be generous with the wax if you'd like, or you can do a light coat. Doesn't really matter. It's whatever your preference is, whatever you feel like is going to be the best. So, alright, I'm gonna continue on, guys, and then show you getting this thing wiped up. Alrighty, so we got the wax applied. Pretty much reapplied it to the whole hood again. So we're gonna do pretty much a double coat, 1.5 coat, whatever. But everything is applied. Like I said, you kind of want to wait till it like powders up a little bit, And you see there, it's kind of rolling into balls, so it's almost ready to take off there, pretty much ready. So I'm gonna start on the hood. That's where I started. So you just want to go back around pretty much the same way you came. And you don't want to leave it on here too long, otherwise it's going to be a real pain in the butt to get the wax off. So just start getting it wiped up to where, I don't know if you can see there. I just get it wiped up until there's no more wax on the clear coat or dry wax. So I'm gonna just wipe all this off. You know, just make sure your microfiber is clean. If you need to, grab another one. It'll make it a lot easier, or grab a new one. It'll make it a lot easier, and just continue on. Get this wax removed. So I'll check in with you once all the wax is removed, and then we'll just take a look at it. All right, guys. I time-lapse it, but my batteries aren't running low, so you're just gonna have to just keep rubbing it off there. So get all the wax off. So alrighty, I'll check in with you here in a sec. All right, guys, almost done here. Just got a little left on the bumper. Get off. Tell you what, this really brightened up this car. I already can tell just by me going around and wiping everything. It's just like makes the car that much brighter. This rear bumper is the clear's kind of faded on it. It's probably the worst part of the car. The bumpers do have spider cracking and things like that, but all right. We're on with that. So, like I said, the rear bumper is kind of the worst out of all of that. But yeah, this looks really a lot better in person. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but yeah, it's really good. And you might have to walk around, and there'll be some spots missing, or you missed, or whatever. But I gotta get that sanded out, but we'll do that another time. All right. You know, like I said, you might spot some areas you missed. Well, I am going to pull this thing out and take a look at it. Alrighty. Alrighty. Yeah, this thing looks pretty good, guys. I'm happy with it. So, yeah. It definitely shined her up a bit. Bugs are already wanting to get on it. So, yep. I think that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Definitely subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment below if you have any questions on this process. There's probably some stuff I didn't show, and then you have questions for, just ask me. I'll get back to you guys. So, alrighty. Thanks, guys. Have a good day or night or whatever you're having. See ya. Bye.